I got my Genesis Coupe out here with my aftermarket wheels. They're Vordoven Form 9s, and they're the matte gunmetal with matte gunmetal clear. They were a limited edition color run. As you can see, they clear the Brembo calipers, and I got the 9.5 in the front plus 22 offset, 10.5 in the rear plus 22 offset, and these are 19s, and they're on 255 35 in the front, 275 35 in the rear. There's a shot on the side, depending on what you classify what fitment as. I would say, my opinion, they're flush. And on here on the back, it's probably just like a stage 1 stretch. You can see the edge of the wheel right here. And I'm lowered on the bilstein B8 shocks and struts, and those are the ones that are designed for the lowering springs. And I'm on the discontinued let's see, what's the brand? The Progress lowering springs. They lowered it about 1.25 inches in the front and the rear. I actually did get the last set of those, so you can see there's still a little bit of fender gap right here, but not much. And then up here, here's the front. Still barely a little bit. And it's still able to daily drive. I don't ever bottom out my exhaust on anything. And I don't hit the front or the rear of the bumpers. So like I said, it's still pretty friendly. But this is pretty much the perfect fitment. And you can either get this in the 18s or the 19s. Just make sure you get the 9.5 in the front and the 10.5 in the rear with the plus 22 offset. And then you'll have this fitment right here. And you can see the concave right here on the 10.5. It's got a decent amount right here. And here's the clearance back here for the Brembo caliper. And then we'll go over here and I'll show you the clearance right here for the spokes. Just trying to record a video. Alright, so back before I was interrupted by the sheriff's deputy wanting to ask me questions, just ask me questions. And you see there's a lot of clearance for the Brembo caliper, so with this style wheel, you don't got to worry about the clearance. And I have no spacer. It's just the wheel on there. And I have the spline lug nuts. You got to get those to get them to fit. And then also the seat on it so that it holds it down. And then I do have the hub-centric rings. You can't see them, but they're on the hub so that it takes up all the space. Because the aftermarket wheel companies, what they try and do to make the least amount of wheel designs, or whatever you want to call it, just casts or whatever, they want to make they want to have the largest hub so that they can fit on all of them, and then you just take up the space with the hub-centric ring. But one thing that I did realize before I put the stock ones back on for the last 6 months was buy the plastic hub centric rings. Don't buy the metal ones, because even if you live in a state like me, Arizona, where it's a desert, they will rust just off of, you know, the normal little bit of water that we get from the rain, and then, you know, when you wash your car, it will get behind there, and then yeah, it wasn't anything bad. It just, one of them stuck, and then I just had to get the chisel out, and I just lightly tapped it, and then it came off. But yeah, just go with the plastic. So I bought both of them just to see what I would like more, and I ran the metals first, and then I ran the plastic. But yeah, anyways, those are the wheels, and yes, they are a replica. I don't care. You know, rear wheels or fake wheels. Yeah, I'd rather pay. Well, I got these at a discounted rate because they were a limited run, like I said earlier, and they were just trying to move the stock, and I got them for $8.60 shipped. But yeah, they're not too expensive, but I'd rather pay that and have all 4 new wheels than to pay that price and have one wheel. Yeah, there's pros and cons of, you know, the cast and the flow formed or the forged, but you know, I'm not always at the track racing the car, so these are good enough for me. And if one of them cracks or breaks or whatever, I only have to pay like $300. But yeah, that's the wheel setup and the suspension setup on my 2011 Hyundai Genesis Coupe R-Spec 2-liter turbo.